Please welcome back on stage, Ian Stone. Are you doing that because I was moaning in the first one? You're not funny. Alright, I'll take the piss. It's not top trumps. Welcome back though. Welcome. Were you, well, you stayed. Did you think, because I was thinking about like wow stuff that I was, stuff that I've just gone, get out. Do you get anybody thought of stuff? You got one, mate? You got one? What you got?
Married 40 odd years and bang, she's still here.
Oh, that's really, love is, no, I've been with my girlfriend for 40 years, right, because, well, we're not married, because you've got to be sure, but, no, I definitely love, anyone else got any, the Tour de France, oh yeah, the Tour de France. Do you know what I heard actually, cycling related? You know the Dutch won 4 gold medals in the Olympics and one of them was for mountain biking. How did the Dutch get good at mountain biking? By the way, oh look, disabled ramp, low gear. Yeah, I mean, like I say, these things are very personal, of course they are. And I was saying, by the way, about, the Americans and their, everything's awesome, and ice cream, I'll tell you what though, cheese. Fucking hell. Cheese is awesome, isn't it? Yeah. Isn't it awesome? I mean, there might be vegans in and fair play to you guys, right, for foregoing that pleasure, but... And the thing is, we got some young people here, haven't we? Got some young people? Where the youngsters at? There's one there. Look at you with your firm skin and your hope. This is your future. Look at it. What's your name? Anna, nice to meet you, Anna. The thing is, you have no idea what it was like when we grew up, right? The lack of cheese. You kids now, you've got boards of cheeses, haven't you? All we had was cheddar, right? And red Leicester, which is just red cheddar, essentially. And then we got Dairy cheese triangles. And Balsan turned up in the 80s. It had garlic in it. My dad wouldn't have it in the house. There's only 2 acceptable condiments, son, salt and pepper, that's it. Such a prick. I'm not joking, but anyway, that's another show. Yeah, cheese. I mean, look, you're right about love. Yeah, well, actually, I mean, sex can be awesome, right? This is the crowd I've got now. I remember that. I mean, sex can be awesome, although I'll tell you what, I've got this app on my phone, right, that tells you exactly what platform the train is going to leave from 5 minutes before it goes up on the board. I think I prefer that. I absolutely love that. Kids are awesome, aren't they? Kids are awesome. You'd do anything for your kids. I mean, I genuinely think I would throw myself in front of a train for my kids, right? And I didn't know what platform it was leaving. And my kids are good boys, right? I've got 2 boys, like I say, Donald and Jeffrey, lovely. You're starting to wonder if they are called that. Donald, 2 boys, and I do worry about young men, right? I was watching a program about incels, the young incels. It was about Andrew Tate, the influencer, right? We know this prick, don't we? This is a man who was on a documentary, actually said, well, he said, I'm not worried about being arrested because I wipe my phone of all its information every evening. I thought, well, there's nothing suspect about that, mate. You just go ahead and do that. But what I was thinking, I thought, aside from anything else, what a faff. Isn't it? What a faff. I mean, I don't even like changing my SIM card. Also, I was also thinking, surely there must be some days when Andrew Tate thinks, well, I haven't done a huge amount of international sex trafficking. Maybe I'll just take a chance. But it was part of this wider documentary called Men and the Manosphere, and it was about these incel young men. And they had this one guy on who said, well, at the moment, he said, I'm on a semen retention program. Because he was talking about how every time you masturbate, right, you lose some of your masculinity. And I'm watching it thinking, how masculine would I be? I'm a bit like some Neanderthal, just grunting incoherently into a microphone. But these men, they're awful, these men, right? They think they're entitled to sex, right? No one is entitled to sex, as I discovered. And, no one. And they have this idea that sex is essentially transactional, and I hate shit like that, right? I mean, obviously I'm now at an age when I walk through a city centre where people offer me women, right? This will happen to most men, right? When you're younger, you get offered drugs and you get offered club nights. And then there's a certain point where that all stops and people just come up and go, would you like a girl? And I had one, maybe 10 years ago now, he came up to me, he said, hello, it's like 2:30 in the afternoon, he said, would you like a girl? And I found myself saying, no thank you. Ever polite, even to pimps. No thank you, how nice of you to offer. I went, no thank you, I've got to go and pick up the kids from school. And I went away, and as I'm going away, he went, don't go, he said, I've got all shapes and sizes. Like that would go, oh, really? Well, have you got one with a massive head, tiny feet, and long arms? That's the shape and size I like. No? Well, I'll take my custom elsewhere. I mean, I don't know, are you worried? Are you worried about the future? I mean, I sort of feel like politics is just... There's not a lot of wow in politics, is there? Really. Keir Starmer never walked into a room and everyone went, wow. Bless him, Keir Starmer, Christ almighty. I mean, I do think people have unreasonable expectations for what politics can do. I mean, people are sort of saying, well, I voted for Labour 18 months ago and nothing's changed. And I think, 18 months? It took me 18 months to paint my shed. These things take time. Also, do you remember at the start, I don't think he's very good at politics, Keir Starmer. Do you remember at the first, I know it's a bit weird to talk about some bloke who got 170 majority, but I just don't think he really knows what he's doing. Like, remember when he was getting all that free shit, he was getting Arsenal tickets and suits and what have you, and they interviewed him on Sky News and they say, you're a man of the people, you say you're a man of the people, but you're getting all this free stuff from work. And I thought, well, there's nothing more of the people than getting a load of free shit from work. I liked him more for that. I used to work in this office. I had so much Tipex out of the supply cabinet. I could have reworked I could have corrected the entire works of Shakespeare. And you think, well, like, okay, all right. I know a lot of people would have voted Labour in the past, and they're going, I'm not voting Labour. And they go, okay, well, what are you voting? What are you going to do? Because I don't really feel like the choices. I'm not sure. I mean, Lib Dems, anyone? Yeah, a few. What's the point? Lib Dems. I saw Ed Davey at his conference going, the Liberal Democrats will fight organised crime. I think organised crime might win. I was just imagining a load of mafiosi in a basement. Oh no! The Liberal Democrats are outside. There's 16 of them. Are they armed? Yes, with righteous indignation. When I imagine Ed Davey, I always think of him on a zip wire or doing some dangerous stunt just because he's got to do something more wacky just to get people's attention. How are you launching your NHS ideas? Oh, we're going to fire Ed out of a cannon and he's going to land in a hospital bed and nurses are going to tend to him. As they wheel him into the operating theatre, he'll just go, vote Lib Dem. Good luck, mate. I mean, I like the Greens, right? I like Zach. Two of us. It's not enough, is it? It's not enough. It's the start. I mean, I'll be honest, I've been into that stuff for quite a while. I joined Friends of the Earth about 20 years ago, and honestly, they will not leave me alone. They send me shit once a week. The rainforests are dying, baby seals are being clubbed to death. It wasn't me. Baby seal comes around my house, I'm very hospitable. And the other options, I suppose, well, I suppose there's your party, Jeremy Corbyn and Zara. I'm assuming not your party. Or, well, we've got the Conservatives. I can't believe anyone. What the fuck? I mean, Kemi Badenoch, she's actually got a bit better now. I think she's like a sort of relegated team that's playing with freedom. You know, like a team that goes down in March and then they suddenly knocking it about. Kemi Badenoch, because she said new mothers get too much maternity leave. If anything is going to get this country back on its feet, it's getting those lazy, feckless bastards back to work as quickly as possible, right? I wouldn't cut the cord until they were back at their desk. Oh, she also said that too many of the refugees turning up on our shore are working class. And I thought, what are you hoping for, Kemi? Middle class refugees? Professional refugees? Turn up in a dinghy. Can we help you in any way? Yes. What are the schools like round here? Darling, we're going back to Afghanistan. This Ofsted report is shit. Also, this is a deal breaker for me, right? Kemi Badenoch goes on about how much doom and gloom there is in this country, and there is quite a lot of doom and gloom, I get it. She called it gloom and doom. What the fuck? It's the wrong way round. Someone should have a word with her late at night, don't you think? Over a glass of wine, one of her good mates, Kemi, it's not gloom and doom, it's doom and gloom. Are you sure? I thought it was gloom and doom. No, it's doom and gloom. Think about it, Kem. If there is doom, gloom will automatically follow. Whereas if there is gloom, distressing as it might be, that doesn't necessarily lead to doom. I've got a lot of time on my hands, alright? And ADHD. And the only other choice then is Farage, right? It's fucking Nigel Farage. And aside from the fact, I have a personal antipathy towards him because he looks exactly like the sort of bloke who would have a bar in his fucking living room. I can't handle that, right? Plus, I certainly wouldn't have liked to have known him at school. I just feel that this is a bloke who told us Brexit was a good idea. And even if you thought Brexit was a good idea, I think we can all agree it hasn't gone as well as we would have hoped. And so why should I trust his judgment on anything else? Maybe Brexit will work out. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe 20 years from now, Christopher Nolan will make a film like Dunkirk about Brexit. With 400,000 British people on a beach, all desperately waiting for boats to turn up, carrying life-saving drugs and decent cheese. Have you got any brie? And they still go on about immigration, right? Because they talked about how we wanted to adopt the Australian point system of immigration. Now, if you don't know how the Australian point system works. What happens is the Australians get the immigrant, right, and they point to where they used to come from. And they go, fuck off back there, mate. Because Australians are racist, aren't they? They're racist. Not all of them, just the white ones. I mean, I just don't like the narrative that Britain is broken, right? I don't believe it's broken. A 2-hour tailback for essential bridge maintenance is a monumental pain in the arse. But it's not broken, is it? 2-hour tailback I was in for essential bridge maintenance. Not there's a sign, we're sorry for the delay, but it's essential bridge maintenance. It's like I'm meant to sit there and go, well, if it's essential. Because if it said pointless bridge maintenance, what the fuck are they doing that for? What's that? Frivolous bridge maintenance? And let me tell you, there was no one out doing any work. Wasn't that essential? I wanted to see someone under the bridge going, I can't hold it much longer. This is essential. Britain is not broken, right? And you only have to compare it. I mean, fuck me, we could be in Iran, right? Couldn't we? We could be in Iran, right? And I so hope that the people win and they topple those bastards, those Muslim clerics, right? And I've done clerical work, right? When I did it, it was just filing, right? I was looking after the state stream. There was no Islamic fundamentalism back then. And we got a demented old fucking lunatic in the White House now. Donald Trump, absolutely demented, shits himself on a regular basis. You know that, right? He has no control of his bowels. I mean, I honestly think Joe Biden was obviously senile, fucking hell, right? But I always felt that if Joe Biden shit himself, he'd apologise. Trump is just a fucking maniac. It's all about money with him and all the tariff shit he did with... Well, I was in Australia last year and he put a 15% tariff on Heard Island. The only thing on Heard Island are penguins. I mean, I do think that those penguins should be applauded for getting their shit together to export anything to the United States. Yeah, and now obviously it's Greenland, that's on it. Maybe it is about penguins. Who knows with him? And obviously we want to keep him on side as much as we can, right? So, because that's why we appointed Mandelson as ambassador. No, do you know the story? I don't know if you know the story. David Lammy, who is now our foreign secretary, before he was foreign secretary, he called Donald Trump a lazy, racist, narcissistic idiot. And while I would entirely agree with the sentiment, we did think it might have an adverse effect on trade negotiations. So they appointed Mandelson to smooth things over. And then it turned out he was big mates with Jeffrey Epstein, right? Now I thought his ability to talk to sex offenders was why he got the job in the first place. We should have had Andrew in there, shouldn't we? No? All right. They've got similar interests, haven't they? Golf. But the point is that Donald Trump is a lazy, racist, narcissistic idiot, right? He's also a grifting, bloated, demented old sex offender. I mean, I don't think there's a single thing that he wouldn't do. If someone said to me, you know, Donald Trump is a Satan-worshipping necrophilia, I'd go, yeah, makes sense. It's a worry, isn't it? Every time I think about it, that stuff, I need some fresh air. I do. And I'll be honest with you, Charlie, I don't even like fresh air. I just find nature, I know it's wow, isn't it, nature? It's awesome, isn't it, nature, or the Grand Canyon, all that. Although, I've got to be honest, Jews are not that impressed with nature, you know, we've seen the sea parted. But it's good for you, isn't it, nature? It's good, isn't it, nature? You know who lives longest in the United States? Do you know who lives longest? What community? Anyone? The Amish, or the Amish. Both of them. And the Amish. That's right, they live 7 years longer, the Amish, right? And you know, because they're out there, aren't they? They're out there, you know, doing their steps, aren't they? Building barns. It's good for you, walking about building barns. And they live 7 years longer than everyone else in the United States. I mean, obviously it takes them longer to get anywhere. You know, swings and roundabouts, right? Are they allowed those? I'll tell you who else is happy, the Australians. I don't know if anyone has been to Australia, they're really happy, stupidly happy. And they've got a lot of nature, they've got loads of nature. Although, I think the other reason that Australians are happy is because most major news events happen while they're asleep. I have no scientific basis for knowing whether that works, but I genuinely think it does. Was it Steve, isn't it? We met before, was it Steve? Richard. I knew it was close. I was just giving it a guess. I thought, fuck it, it'll look good. Richard, where'd you get your news, Richard? Where'd you get your news? BBC, yeah, BBC, perfectly acceptable. Sky News, that's the ones I watch. You know some people read the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail, like a journalistic Thames Water. Just spewing endless shit into the world. What's in the Daily Mail? More shit. Do you know what the problem with the Daily Mail is, Steve? Richard. Do you know what the problem? I knew, I was just playing, messing about. Do you know what the problem with the Daily Mail is? The rest, aside from the politics, the rest of the newspaper is quite good. It is. The sport's good, the finance stuff is good. A lot of women I know swear by the health pages. Honestly, it's like Mein Kampf had a really good chapter on growing your own vegetables. Have you read Mein Kampf? Yeah, I don't like the politics, but there's a great bit on statins. My personal view, I think there's too much news and not enough useful public information. And I'll give you an example, right? I was walking through London, quite a few years ago, and there was a wheelie bin, one of those big communal wheelie bins. And on the side of the wheelie bin, someone had written, Mehmet Kaban is the biggest wanker in London E17. And I saw that and I thought, that is useful public information. And I'll tell you what else, I believed it. And I'll tell you why I believed it, Charlie. First of all, it wasn't overreaching. Do you know what I mean? Because if it said Mehmet Kaban is the biggest wanker in London, full stop, I'd have gone, is he? There's a lot of wankers in London. But postcode specific. You've got to figure, even if he's not the biggest wanker in E17, he's definitely a wanker, right? And the clincher for me, this wheelie bin was in W10. All the way across the other side of London. Either someone has pushed a wheelie bin halfway across London or got on an overground train and 2 underground trains to let me know what a wanker Mehmet Kaban is. Got to appreciate that, right? I think it's a good idea, by the way. I really like the idea of publicly identifying the wankers. I think we should do it whenever we can. Take a little marker pen just below someone, scribble it down. So do that, and while you're doing that, try and get as much wow as you can, right? Because you know why? Because it's good for you. Chemically, it's good for you. When something awesome happens, the body releases oxytocin. Now, some of the women will know about oxytocin. It's one of those happy chemicals, right? Like endorphins if you do exercise, or serotonin if you take Class A drugs. Not my crowd. Listen, I'm happy to admit that I have on occasion, and still do on occasion, take some exercise. I went to Ibiza last summer. My God, did I take some exercise. I did, honestly, the first day I was there, I did 28,000 steps. All in one spot. My watch is going, what the fuck are you doing? Honestly, I'm having fun. Yeah, can try and get it where you can. The art is great, of course. Any artistic stuff you see, whether it's movies or comedy, or I mean, I go and see art exhibitions. I went to see the Van Gogh exhibition in Amsterdam last year. I was with an American friend of mine who kept calling him Van Gogh. They still call him Van Gogh, and I said, surely you'd have let that one go. Honestly, I wrote that joke. I thought, fuck it, I'm taking the rest of the day off. I did. Or as Americans would say, day O. Alright, you put up with the first one. He went, no. You can stop it now. Yeah, I go to movies a lot. I love going to movies. I saw The Day After Tomorrow yesterday. I watched Jaws about 1,000 times. I'm not the only one, right? I absolutely love it. You know in Jaws, when they first go out in the boat, the three of them, the police captain, Roy Scheider, and Richard Dreyfuss and Robert Shaw, and they go out in the boat, and the Roy Scheider is feeding the meat off the back of the boat, and the shark pops his head up, and he backs into the office, doesn't he? He goes, "You're going to need a bigger boat." And then the three of them go out and they see the shark swimming past for the first time properly. And the Richard Dreyfuss character leans over and he goes, "Oh, that's a 20-footer, that." And the Robert Shaw character goes, "25. That would piss me right off. Yeah, alright mate, 25. I don't fucking know. We just came out, it's the first time I've seen it. It's just swimming. I thought it's about half the length of the boat. The boat's 40 foot. It's like divided by two. It's a massive fucking shark. Mister, I can measure sharks just by looking at them. I love your music as well, right? You know from the playlist. I put that together. I fucking love my music. Live music. What's the best gig you've ever seen, Richard?
Linkin Park.
Linkin Park. That was not the answer. I could have had 1,000 guesses. I wouldn't have gone Linkin. I was thinking Caruso. I'm joking. Linkin Park. Okay, now nice work. All right. What about you, Anna? What's the best gig you've ever seen? Take that. Got another one. Round of applause there. Shine's a great song, isn't it? No. I remember when I was 14, my first ever gig, right? I'm at the Music Machine in Mornington Crescent in London, and John Weller, who was Paul Weller's dad, walked out on stage about 11 o'clock at night, and he looked at us and he went, "Please welcome the best fucking band in the world, The Jam." Right? And the boys, The Jam, walked out, and I'm about 10 foot away, and they started playing It's Too Bad. It was the second greatest moment of my life after losing my virginity. Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, that happened quite a lot later. I mean, The Jam had long broken up by then. I mean, to be honest, the Style Council had broken up by then. Paul was well into his solo career. Also, when I lost my virginity, I wasn't introduced by my dad. Live music is beautiful. Live comedy it can be awesome, right? Can't it? Don't make me beg. I will. I mean, I go to the Edinburgh Festival every year. I know some people have seen me up there in the past, right? And it's amazing. Edinburgh is wow, right? Those sort of festivals. I mean, when you turn up there, you go, £335 for a single room at an Ibis. Wow. But the shows are great, although there will be occasions, and I should point this out if you haven't been, there will be occasions when you go into a show and you sit down and the lights go down and you're the only person there. Well, let me tell you, if you sit there and the person comes on stage and you both know, but you're encouraging and you laugh in the right places and you give them a great round of applause and you don't go at the loo or look at your phone, that is awesome, right? Because it's kind, isn't it? Yeah. Kindness is awesome, right? I mean, obviously, if you sit there for an hour and you stare at them, you're a psychopath. But let's just say you're kind, right? Let's just say you are, because kindness, I mean, like, I think kindness is to be appreciated, right? And I think the reason it's to be appreciated is because, as we know, there are so many wankers. And I know another one, right? I'll tell you about him. 2 years ago, my missus went out to buy some food, right, little food shop. She came back with wholemeal bagels. What the fuck? They're anti-Semitic. I'm not joking. The person who invented wholemeal bagels is an anti-Semitic wanker. A bagel is a chewy snack. And the reason it's a chewy snack is because in 17th century Poland, Jewish people were not allowed to bake bread, so they had to boil it. That's what gives it its essential chewiness. So I mean, when I was in Australia last year, every night I was saying a bagel is a chewy snack. It was only on the third to last night of a 3-week run that the sound man come up to me and went, "Oh mate, we thought you were saying it was a Jewy snack." And no one was in the least bit bothered. They just all sat there going, "Oh yeah, it is a Jewy snack, isn't it?" A bagel is a chewy snack, and what they've done is they've taken the essential chewiness and they've taken it away and given us a wholemeal sandwich with the corners cut off and a hole in it. It's not even a wholemeal sandwich. We're not eating it for the shape. What I'm saying is it's an appropriation of Jewish culture and it's a hate crime. Well, it's not authentic, is it? That's the point. I would feel the same way if I was Italian about Hawaiian pizza. Pineapple on a pizza, what the fuck is that doing there? How did that get there? We all understand authenticity in food, right? Like Asian fusion, that makes sense, didn't it? Some bloke from Thailand nips across the border into Cambodia, and he cooks a meal, and they're all sitting there going, "Oh, this is lovely, this, what have you put in there?" And he goes, "That's lemongrass." Oh, fucking hell, right. And that's Asian fusion, right? They use it the next time. Whereas we cannot imagine two blokes from Hawaii getting in a canoe with the pineapple that they somehow keep fresh for a 6-week voyage, and they fucking canoe all the way to Italy and drop it on a boat. You understand the point I'm making, even if you don't give a shit. You got any other Jews in, by the way? Alright. Well, alright, hi, over there. Weird time, isn't it, for the Jews? Weird time for the Jews. Not good. Well, we're not as popular as we used to be. Our popularity has rather ebbed and flowed. There's quite a lot of ebb. I don't know what I think about it all. Christ almighty. I mean, is there more anti-Semitism now? I remember when Jeremy Corbyn was in charge of the Labour Party and there were issues about anti-Semitism with him. And they got a spokesman of his on the news and they said to him, "Is it fair to say that Jeremy Corbyn only likes the right sort of Jew?" And this guy went, "Look, I don't want to get into a game of good Jew, bad Jew, right Jew, wrong Jew." Honestly, I thought, I'd love a game of that. I'd love a game. Should we have a game? Fuck it. Should we have a game? You name a Jew, we decide. Name a Jew, fella. Go on, fuck it, name a Jew. You want what? David Baddiel. He's a good Jew. I know, there's obviously, some people are going, yeah, he's a good Jew. Quite a lot of people are sitting there going, you are David Baddiel, aren't you? I get that a lot. We all look like David Baddiel. My whole family looks like David Baddiel. Do you want to hear a truth? I know David Baddiel, right? Because we all know each other. I was on a bus once with David just when he got famous, and I sat down, he's next to me. This woman got on the bus and went, to me, you look like David Baddiel. And I went, what about him? And she went, nah. David Baddiel's good Jew, go on. Jesus. Well, we tend to think of him as the one that got away. Well, we got him in the end, obviously. Oh, let it go. We had to kill Jesus, you wouldn't get a bank holiday every April. You wake up on a Monday, no work today. Thank you, murdering Jews. You're welcome. Jesus, that's a good Jew. Name a Jew, madam? Name a Jew. Jackie Mason, good Jew. Good Jew, we get a lot of good Jews. Simon Brodkin, he was here last week, good Jew. Simon Brodkin, bad fucking Jew. No, alright. Robert Maxwell, that is a bad fucking Jew. I'll be honest with you, right? I went to Germany to do these gigs. They're not so keen on playing good Jew, bad Jew. You're pointing at Germans in the front row going, name a Jew. They're going, I don't want to name a Jew. We've gone down that road before. And obviously, the other thing that happens when you're Jewish, right, you get asked a lot about the Middle East. Well, what do you think? What do you think of what's going on? And it's like, fucking hell. I mean, I got asked the other, like, last weekend, well, what do you think of Israel and Palestine? What's going on? I'm like, geez, I'm watching the snooker. Also, I'm not sure that social media is really the right place to have that discussion. Like it was on Twitter, I think it was. I'm thinking, Jesus, 2,000 years of history, 140 characters. I'm not sure I can really